YouTube? I'm back. I got my Blue Oyster Cult shirt on because I am reviewing The Symbol Remains, their new album, first one since, what, 2001? Curse of the Hidden Mirror. My worst to best Blue Oyster Cult video that's got strangely, like, every week I'm getting more comments on that one. It's kind of annoying answering them all the time. But, hey, it's popular, so they got a new album, gotta review it. Like, here's weird comments on it. Like, people either like the review or they're like angry at me. It's like, how could you not mention Nosferatu? That's their best song they ever made. I'm sorry, you have just the one guy who loves Nosferatu more than any other Blue Oyster Cult song. So whatever. We're gonna do another one. They're in my top 10 favorite bands. Number one's Queen, number two is Pink Floyd, number three is Deep Purple, four, Black Sabbath, number five, Elton John. He's not a band, but he's my favorite artist. Then after that's Judas Priest. Then the next couple of the top 10's a shootout. Quiet Riot, Blue Oyster Cult, Guns N' Roses, Van Halen. I don't know, they're kind of wherever the wind's taking me. So, Blue Oyster Cult, their whole discography, I don't love. The stuff that I like by them, I love. And then some of the other albums I just kind of don't care for. So I was kind of nervous about them doing a new album. They put out... I didn't like the last two. Heaven Forbid and Curse of the Hidden Mirror. It was like... They didn't impress me. There was like... They kind of went for like a biker bar kind of sound, I guess. There wasn't as much of the keyboards on there, even though Alan O'Neill was still in the band. So, a new album by an old band, kind of hit and miss. Deep Purple, they knocked it out of the park. That was my last album review. Then, what was I didn't really like Judas Priest's last album. I'm pretty sure Glenn really didn't play on that one, so I was like, eh. But this one's going to be the Richie Castellano album. He's been in the band since early 2000s, 2004-ish or so. I saw them around 2004. He was like their guitar tech. They let him come out and play a song. I forget what it was. Danny Miranda, he's in the band. He's the bassist. I saw him then, and then he was with Queen and Paul Rodgers. I was like, I saw this guy in a club. He's like 2 feet away from me. And then I saw him at the Worcester Centrum, and he's playing there next to Brian May. So it was like small club, huge arena, weird. Jules Rodino, he's been in the band for almost as long as probably like 2005 or 6-ish. I seen him live, and then Buck and Eric have been there. So let's get into it. I listened to it about 3 times. I figure I wanted to get this video up pretty quick because probably all the internet's probably already they've probably already reviewed it. I didn't want to be the last one. Probably am the last one, whatever. But I want to live with it a couple of days. Bought it as soon as the mall opened up at 11 o'clock. I also bought some other ones recently. I bought, you know you're a fan of a band when you're going around buying old greatest hits. Got these on eBay recently. I had this one on tape, and I wanted to rebuy it. And I was mad because the cover was broken, and it didn't look like the picture. It was all wrinkled up. Put it in a new case. This is mainly a greatest hits of the live albums from Columbia, but I only have them on record, so I wanted something for CD to play in the car, so I got this. Metal Years, Career of Evil, and I had this on tape, and this was one of my favorite Blue Oyster Cult albums. I didn't know these were recorded at the time when I first got into them. This isn't the reissue from Frontiers Records. I found this, just, same store I got this, probably a week before, and it looks mint, so I don't care if I didn't get the new good remaster. But let's get into the album. Alright, they put out a couple of videos first. I don't like watching videos of new albums, because watching a video on YouTube is kind of hard to get into the song. And I don't know, they're low budget because it's coronavirus, and they probably had to. Looks like they blue screened each other, tried to make videos in their basements and stuff like that. So, well, here we go. I first listened through. I made little notes going through it. First song, That Was Me. That was one of the videos that came out. That's a good, catchy, classic sounding song. It's kind of like a Career of Evil type song, or Ain't the Summer of Love, where it's just like the character of the song is like a villain. So it was like, all right, you got me. That's classic stuff, the way it goes. But then the second song, the first song is an Eric song. Eric's my favorite singer in the band. Second song is a Buck song, Box in My Head. That was the first new video that they had. I first listened to. I did not like the song. I thought it sounded kind of ridiculous. Box in my head, but listen 2, listen 3. I'm at work. That's the song I remember. It was catchy. It got me. It was like, all right, you got me. So I did like that. Third song, Tainted Blood, Richie Castellano. Been in the band, like I said, for all this time. He moved up from being the tech, being the bassist, and now he's the replacement for Alan Lanier. He does the keyboards, he does rhythm guitar. First time they make a studio album, he gets to sing a song. And he wrote a lot of this, and he produced a lot of this, and I was like, all right, a little nervous. It was good. He wrote one of the better songs right here. There's my note. It's a good dark song. I would have liked one of the other guys to have sang it. But listen to it more and more. All right, he's a full-fledged member now. All right, he gets his shine. I didn't think he was going to sing more songs on the album, but he sings a lot more. Where are we at now? The fourth. One, two, three, four. Nightmare Epiphany. It's kind of one of the boogie songs, buck boogie type of song. It's pretty good. Doesn't blow me away. All right, but then we're at song number 5. All right, we finally get another Eric song, Edge of the World. He does all like the heavier, darker, angrier, I am the evil kind of stuff. And it was kind of like a mid-tempo one. This is another like highlight one. It's a little bit better than the album's picking up a little after Nightmare Epiphany. That was okay. Then The Machine. It's another Richie song. I didn't think he was going to get to sing this much. He sings a lot more too. This one I was like, it's okay. It's kind of like a generic rocker, but I didn't think it sounded much like Blue Oyster Cult because he's singing. But Buck does the background vocals on that, so kind of brought it into sounding like it. I thought Richie sang too much. Like the first song was kind of like a dark astronomy type song, but this one was like a rocker, but like the astronomy type song, it had like their sound to it. This one, just a rocker. I was like, oh, maybe they shouldn't have let him sing this much. But don't worry. I got more good things to say about him coming up. Train True, Lenny song, Buck song. This one kind of sounded like a Red and Black kind of like that kind of fast kind of stuff. It's not the ones that really stuck out to me on like third and listen through and stuff. And like other songs I listened to, like my favorite ones I listened to like 6-7 times already. Here's Richie's big. This is like, all right, he's deserved of getting to sing some more. The Return of St Cecilia, which is like a reference to their first album, the Stalk Forest group, when they were that. It never came out. It only came out on like a I forget what you call it now. Like a re-release, but it was never released in the first place. They finally put it out a few years ago. A lot of those songs ended up being like demos and bonus tracks on the first 3 albums anyway. Forgot exactly which ones, but it's a reference to that. And I like this one. This one sounded, even though they're talking about like early Blue Oyster Cult songs, I thought it sounded more like one of the Martin Birch albums, like Fire. Like it should have been off like Fire of Unknown Origin and Cultosaurus erectus. I forgot, I think Meltzer wrote, yeah, Richard Meltzer, he wrote the lyrics to that, so that's going back. He was the guy who wrote a lot of their stuff back in the early days, like the lyrics and things. I ain't gonna go back too far in their history. You look that up. But I really like that song. That one kicked ass. That was probably Richie Castellano's best part of the album. Then Stand and Fight, finally another Eric song. This one's like mean and heavy, and it's the most metal song on the album. It's the heaviest thing on this whole album. It's got big gang vocals and stuff like that. Can't quite think of what band it reminds me of or something. Maybe like Black Sabbath didn't do stuff. I don't know. I can't. It was a good. This was like a big sci-fi battle or something like that, like an arena, like orcs and stuff fighting. This what the kind of vibe you're getting. It's like, all right, this is Blue Oyster Cult. This is what I came for. This is the stuff I want to hear. Then after that, it's another Buck song, Florida Man. I thought it was about conquistadors or something, but I was reading the Wikipedia on this thing, and they were mentioning like memes about people in Florida. I was like, I don't know. It was okay. This is the one you probably kind of. Oh, it's got here's my notes. The piano sticks out. Thought like ding 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 ding. They go up high on the piano, kind of like Joan Crawford. I was trying to think other Blue Oyster Cult songs that they kind of had that vibe going on there. Then the best song on the album, completely, Alchemist. This is what you bought the album for. This is what you were hoping for. This was what was missing on those two, the last two albums from like 20 years ago. This one is kind of like a Flaming Telepaths or something like that. Really dark. It's an Eric song, of course. I thought I was kind of equal on Eric and Buck, but no, I'm way more of an Eric fan. I didn't notice this. Every time one of his songs came up, which is kind of far and few between on the album. You only had 5. There's 14 songs on this damn thing. This is the one you hope they play live. This and maybe That Was Me. That was the 2 songs you probably want to hear live off of this album. That Return to St Cecilia. I want to hear that one live. But actually they did play a gig. They played a gig over the summer at like a drive-in or something up in New Hampshire. Somebody left that on one of the comments from that other video I did. Secret Road. It's a Buck song. Don't it kind of sound like Harvest Moon off of what was that? Hidden Mirrors? No, not Hidden. Just the Hidden Mirror. It's either on that or the Heaven Forbid. I forget. Those 2 albums kind of like merge up into me on that. I still got to buy a hard copy of Curse of the Hidden Mirror. It's been out of print forever, and Frontiers, they've been putting out a whole bunch of stuff, re-releasing stuff like this, and that's one of them. I got to finally get that. It's on Amazon all the time, but I always feel like there's something else I got to get. They did that. They did a live album of them doing Agents of Fortune completely live, a 45th anniversary concert, a bunch of old stuff they were doing. I'll get to them when I get to them. There's a lot of stuff I got to buy. There's a Crime, another Eric song. It's a rocker. Not the other one. That's like a middle of the pack of the album, but and then the end song is Fight. It's a Buck song. This is more cowbell. I thought they put some cowbell on it. It was a short song. I thought if they could have flip flopped those last 2 songs, because it was like a short little song at the end where that they should have strung like in a heavier direction. Oh, Albert Bouchard, he was on one of the songs. He was on That Was Me. He was even in the video. He was doing some cowbells. I was thinking if they were gonna bring him for a guest, have him sing like a chorus or something. I think he did background vocals on that song, but like throw him on like the Richie song or something. I thought if you have him in the studio, do that. But I know they recorded the backing tracks in the studio and then had to work on it from home, the rest of it. So maybe that's why Eric wasn't on it as much. Because usually he's at least half the album. He was like a third, not even. Was it? Yeah, I can't do it. He was a third. He was a little over a third. It was like over 60 minutes, but if you're going to wait for 20 years, basically, to put out an album, it's got to be really long. I mean, this is almost two 70s albums linked together, so I don't imagine those was long, but I don't think it was this long. So you got a lot. You got a lot for the wait. My favorite albums, trying to put it in perspective of all of these, the first three, and then slightly down from there is Agents of Fortune. And then the two Martin Birch albums, Cultosaurus Erectus, Fire Unknown Origin, they're all my favorites. Middle of the pack for me is like Spectres and Imaginos. What else am I thinking of? The bottom of my pack is like Revolution by Night and the two comeback albums. But I'm putting this. It's above Mirrors. You didn't think I was going to say Mirrors, did you? Putting it above that. Maybe if Spectres for me is in the middle of the pack, this is right below Spectres. That's where I'm going. I'm going with that. That's my thing on this. If you're a hardcore Blue Oyster Cult fan, if Buck's your favorite guy, I don't know. He didn't have lots of like big long solos on this stuff. He didn't throw like a Reaper type like solo in the middle of any of these songs, but it's more of a Buck album, more Buck and Richie album. But I don't know, it was pretty good. It was better than I thought it was going to be. I mean, I got the Who's newest album. I got that for Christmas last year. I didn't even finish listening to it. I keep meaning to do it. I never did. Not to say it was bad or not. I don't know, because I didn't bother. I wasn't that excited. But wow, this is a very long review. You know what I was missing? I was missing more keyboards. Alan Lanier's not there. We're not getting like synth solos and stuff like that. There was some organ. What was that song I wrote down? Oh, I forgot what it was. Since this is like so far into their career, they weren't following trends like in the 80s when their career took dips, and like in the late 70s, Mirrors, they were trying to be more commercial. That was a bad idea. That was a bad album. Some people was like, no, Mirrors was the best, but whatever. And then they do two Martin Birch albums. Like 1980, Martin Birch is like the absolute man. Boom, boom, they were good. But then I don't know what they were thinking on Revolution by Night. And then after that, they're getting in like songwriters and stuff to help them out on Club Ninja and that was kind of a disaster, even though there's a couple of good songs on that. But they weren't like beholden to anything like that. Like Imaginos, the record companies took Albert Bouchard's album and then made them, Blue Oyster. We're calling it Blue Oyster Cult and overdub, some of the other guys on the album. But they didn't have to do that. This is just they're making an album for fun. It's like, yeah, let the new guy produce the album and write half the songs. Why not? What do we got to lose? Who cares? So you get that out of it. It's like, we don't care. We're just having fun. We just wanted to make an album. Because they said for the last 20 years, why bother making a new album? People don't actually buy them anymore. So they felt like making one now. So do whatever you want. Have some fun. It sounded like they had some fun. And that's what I could say about this one. All right, let's recap. What were my favorite songs? Alchemist was my absolute favorite song. That Was Me, I really liked. Stand and Fight, I really liked. Return to St. Cecilia, I like that one. And Box in My Head. But that's my review. Buy it. You'll like it.